What's up, everybody? Jordan Stewart here from Vover. Thanks so much for tapping into the Vover original show. Just a reminder that if you want to drop your opinions about the episode or respond to the host and guests with your voice, go and download the Vover app wherever you get your apps. Vover, voice over everything. Enjoyed the show.
Vover. Hey, SlabStox Sam here on Charting It Up to talk to you about this week's basketball trender. It's been a quiet few weeks in the association now that the draft is well behind us and rosters are mostly set post-free agency. One sizable domino that has yet to fall is the answer to the question, where's Ben Simmons going to play next season? After the Sixers season ended, the general assumption was that Ben Simmons had played his last game in Sixers red, white, and blue. The big question over the whole situation was how Sixers president of basketball operations Daryl Morey would handle the situation. Not one to lose a trade, and also not one who would be afraid of marching Simmons back into the lineup for the coming season, Morey had seemingly been in no rush to move the disgruntled supersized point guard thus far. And then there was the leaked trade proposal to the Warriors for Andrew Wiggins, the 7th and 14th picks in this year's draft, along with 2 future firsts, and it seemed that no one would be willing to match Morey's high asking price. After the lack of a trade around the draft, league insiders expected Simmons to remain with the team heading into training camp. That expectation has suddenly run into a wall as Ben Simmons announced to the front office that he no longer wants to be a Sixer and he does not intend to report to training camp. Pretty strong words that leave little doubt over the future of his status in Philadelphia. So that leaves us asking the question, what next? Obviously, no one has any clue what conversations are taking place behind the closed doors at the Wells Fargo Center. There are a number of destinations that at least make some sense on paper. The Warriors could still be a fit, and the Timberwolves, Knicks, and Spurs all make varying levels of sense on the basis of tradable assets. Clearly, we can't make any determination on Ben Simmons' card value on the basis of his future destination. But perhaps the biggest piece of that puzzle is just knowing that he won't be in Philadelphia much longer. Looking at Ben Simmons' 2016 Prizm Silver PSA 10 rookie card, the most recent auction took place on August 9th, ending at $965. That represents a 68% drop in value from where the card sat at the beginning of last NBA season. Clearly, he's had a large fall from grace, in no small part due to the very visible breakdown in the NBA playoffs. But he's not nearly as bad of a player as it appeared on the national stage at the end of last season, and the absolute best thing for him at this point will be getting out of Philadelphia. The city of brotherly love, it is not when it comes to their teams and players not meeting expectations, and while some players are able to overcome that sort of pressure, many are not. Simmons seems to be in the latter camp, but a change of scenery can often pay off very well for players when they find themselves at such a crossroads. Judging by Simmons' still lofty potential, I would guess that moving to another organization is just what the doctor ordered. When that ultimately becomes the case, I think that this sub $1,000 mark is a pretty great buying opportunity. Valued at just a third of where it was only 9 months ago, this seems like a good opportunity to buy and capitalize either on the excitement of a new fan base or the excitement that could easily come when Simmons gains a fresh outlook on the game of basketball. In any case, thanks for listening to this week's Charting It Up Basketball Player of the Week.
Welcome to the Charting It Up baseball segment. I'm your host, Nate, and we have a new frontrunner for NL MVP? Potentially. For most of the year, it was a race between DeGrom and Fernando Tatis. DeGrom, usually pitchers don't get MVP awards, but DeGrom was so dominant and so good, it was going to be hard to not give him both Cy Young and MVP this year. But Fernando Tatis made it interesting, and he was absolutely sensational as a 21-year-old kid, playing shortstop for the Padres, now playing the outfield. But he dealt with injuries to his shoulder, and so the door was opened. What was a closed door, besides those two guys, is now open, and there are other candidates that can sneak in. And one man that did sneak into this conversation and may just win it is Bryce Harper. You remember Bryce Harper, the 2011 MVP or 2015 MVP, 2013 MVP, something like that. I think it might have been 2015. You remember him, stud, Nationals, signed with the Phillies. Was a little bit of a disappointment his first year, 125 WRC plus, and then had a 151 WRC plus last year and was really good. Well, he has upped that bad boy, that WRC plus, to like 175 this year, and in the last month, he has been killing it. Now, at the start of the year, there was a little bit of rumblings. He had 1,109 OPS. Not 1,109 OPS. He had 1,063 OPS in April and March, And then he cooled off to a 634 OPS in May. And by that time, with that month, he was already behind the 8 ball, looking at Fernando Tatis and Jacob deGrom. And so there probably wasn't any sneaking back into it. There was maybe getting some down ballot MVP votes, but there wasn't any winning MVP at that point. Well, then June, 947 OPS looks good, but still it's not going to catch Tatis or deGrom. And then Tatis and deGrom get injured, deal with injuries, and he had 1,023 OPS in July, but he still wasn't hitting home runs. Through July, he only had 16 home runs. And you want a few more home runs from your MVP. At least I do. Well, then August hit. And he had a 337 batting average, a 455 on base, and a 776 slugging, which was good for a 1231 OPS. Absolutely amazing. And he had 11 doubles, 1 triple, and 10 home runs in the month. 11 doubles, 1 triple, and 10 home runs in the month. He had 22 extra base hits in the 28 games he played, and he firmly cemented himself back on top of the potential MVP race. He has a 1,014 OPS on the year, which is really good. His second highest of his career. He has a 175 OPS plus, which is also the second highest of his career. Behind the year he won MVP when he had 1,109 OPS, one of the best years of hitting I've ever seen in my entire life as a 22-year-old in, yes, 2015. Now, Bryce Harper has been amazing. What have his prices been doing? And we are looking at his Topps Update rookie PSA 10 here. And you'll notice 3-month stretch from June 10th till today, or as close to today as we can get, August 28th. His prices have gone up substantially. So they were at $89.86 on June 10th. And then they just slowly kind of stayed around the same area. And then he started getting hot at the end of July, and prices shot up. And we are sitting at $173.50 as of August 28th. Bryce Harper has had a boom in his card prices, and he's had a boom in his MVP odds. Can he finish the deal? Can these card prices go up? Only time will tell. We've got about a month and a half left of the season, 29 games or so. Only time will tell. Let's see what he can do. I am very excited for this MVP race because I'm very excited to see Bryce Harper be Bryce Harper again.
What's up, everyone? This is Zach at Premier Soccer Investing, and I'm doing the Charting It Up segment powered by SlabStox over on the Vover audio podcast. I'm going to be talking about Cristiano Ronaldo following his big move from Juventus over to Manchester United, where it has been announced he's taking the number 7 jersey. Additionally, today, with this brace against Ireland, he's claimed sole possession of the men's international goal-scoring record. A huge accomplishment for him and for Portugal as a country. And these two factors combined have led to a huge price increase in his cards, which is especially seen in his 2017 Topps Chrome Champions League base PSA 10, which in the past week alone has gone up 100%, from $127.50 at the start of the week to $255 now, showing how much optimism there is that United behind him can make a sustained title challenge this year and really give Chelsea a run for their money. Additionally, United's going to be playing in the Champions League, which, as we all know, is the showpiece event, both for club soccer and for the soccer card market as a whole. It's been shown over and over again how much big Champions League performances drives a player's card value, and perhaps no one is better in the world at putting in a massive Champions League performance than this man, Cristiano Ronaldo. And United for sure will look to factor as he's whatever team he's on, you can't count out of winning the UCL. Even though PSG and Messi are the heavy favorites, Ronaldo and United will definitely be in there in the running. Additionally, this is a good move for Ronaldo investors as he's moving from Juventus, which while it is obviously a massive club, it's nowhere near the scale globally that Manchester United is in name and brand and recognition. Even in history, United is the much bigger club. With all those factors combined, that's why you can see the optimism for Ronaldo in the short term. And then long term, he's always a great buy because at worst, he's the top 5, top 3 best soccer player ever, with many people considering him to be the GOAT. So, as we've seen in the past, buying the GOATs long term, it tends to work out pretty well, and he should be no different. And I expect this price rise to continue for him because he's going to score goals, and they're going to have that huge emotional connection with him back in United, back in Manchester, in that iconic number 7 shirt, playing for Sir Alex Ferguson's team. And it should be really fun to watch what him and the Red Devils do this season. Thanks for listening. Peace.
Vover!